Just off Imam Khomieni Square in Hamadan, Iran, is a pilgrimage site venerated by many Iranians as the burial shrine of biblical luminaries Esther and Mordechai, the heroes of the Jewish holiday of Purim, for saving Jews throughout the Persian Empire from genocide. Little known outside of Iran, secrecy, indeed a double secret, shrouds the shrine. Welcome to the first installment of Insights, Diarna's video series spotlighting Jewish sites across the Middle East, made possible by a generous grant from the Elizabeth and Oliver Stanton Foundation. This month, against the backdrop of rising geopolitical tensions, we travel to northwest Iran. According to the biblical book named after her, Esther was a peerlessly inspiring young Jewish woman who caught the eye of the Persian King Ahasuerus, became queen, and, with the assistance of her relative Mordecai, saved Jews throughout the Persian Empire from annihilation at the hands of the evil royal advisor Haman. Jews around the world celebrate this miraculous salvation during the holiday of Purim by reading the Megillat Esther, dressing in costumes, and eating delicacies. Iranian Jews similarly mark the holiday, but for centuries have also made a pilgrimage to this shrine, which features intricate wooden sarcophagi and special sections for lighting candles in venerations of its namesakes. The original shrine's date of construction is unknown. Its date of destruction at the hands of Mongol invaders purportedly occurred in the 14th century. The first detailed accounts and illustrations in the historical record stem from 19th century Christian tourists, who observed how Jewish pilgrims would place prayer notes near the tombs, similar to the custom associated with Jerusalem's Wailing Wall. The shrine served as a Stanton place at which to pray and weep for Iranian Jews who could only reach Jerusalem with great difficulty. While Iranians, including non-Jews, have been making pilgrimages to the site for centuries, outside knowledge of the shrine is limited, and even those who do know about the site remain mostly unaware of the story behind its renovation in the early 1970s. Yassi Gabay was one of Iran's most promising young architects when he was chosen by the Iranian Jewish community to rehabilitate the then dilapidated shrine as their contribution to the celebrations honoring 2,500 years of Persian monarchy.
All the communities, the whole nation had to do something to show the affection, etc. That, of course, was dictated sort of by the government at that time. And the Jewish community decided, instead of putting the balloons or arches or light bulbs and other things, instead of that, they decided just to do something that remains forever. And so they decided to renovate and restore the Esther tomb in Hamadan. At that time, I was not a celebrity, but I was known as sort of a good Jewish architect. So I was commissioned to do the job. I had my thesis in École des Beaux-Arts in Paris when I was graduated in architecture on the same subject, but they didn't know about it. That was why I was twice as much excited that at that time it was just a science fiction project, but now it's the real work. So with the speed of light, of course, we started to do the job because we had a deadline for the celebrations. And at the time, the entrance to the tomb was from a very small dirt alley, very poor situation, and the whole building was in a very bad shape. The Jewish community, with their own money, they bought all the properties next to the tomb and used new part of the purchased property in order to create a very elegant access
Gabai's renovation preserved the shrine's Persian and Islamic architectural elements, while making it accessible from the main street via a bridge spanning the new courtyard. He added an iconic fence featuring a Jewish or six-point star combined of two triangles motif inspired by an Esfahani mosque ceramic. Alongside the shrine itself, Gabai built a subterranean synagogue with a roof ornament in the shape of a Magen David, quite possibly making Iran home to the only Jewish star visible from space. The question of whether the shrine actually marks the resting place of Esther and her uncle remains unanswered and is perhaps unanswerable. During the 19th century, an American Christian pilgrim offered her own insight on the effectual significance of the shrine, as well as the 2,700-year-old Persian Jewish community that guards it. Beside the tomb of Esther, the lowly race she saved have kept loving watch through all the weary ages. More wonderful than any ancient monument are these Jews themselves, lineal descendants in blood and faith of the tribes of Israel, and the only vestige of the truly olden time which entirely defies decay and dissolution.